Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're going to be doing a deep dive today into AI and the future of work. We've got some fascinating research to dig into, including a report from McKinsey and a really interesting article from Stanford University. And, it's not all doom and gloom like some headlines might have you believe.
Yeah, it seems like that's all you hear these days.
Right.
Killer robots taking our jobs. But what's really interesting is that AI is already transforming so many industries in ways we might not even realize. It's not just a futuristic concept anymore. It's here and now.
So true. And the research really highlights that. Like, for example, in healthcare, AI is being used by doctors to analyze medical data, which helps them make diagnoses with incredible accuracy.
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
It's pretty amazing. Like, imagine AI could help your doctor catch that tiny abnormality on a scan that might have been missed otherwise. And it's not just healthcare either. Think about the financial world. They're using AI algorithms to detect fraud in real-time, saving institutions billions.
Yeah, because with the sheer volume of transactions happening every second, it would be practically impossible for humans to keep up. It's like AI is this tireless watchdog constantly scanning for anything suspicious.
Exactly, and that's what makes it so powerful. But of course, the big question on everyone's mind is, what about jobs? One of our sources, the McKinsey report, actually predicts that something like 800 million jobs could be displaced by automation by 2030.
Wow, 800 million.
That's a pretty staggering number.
It is a significant number, but it's important to remember that technological advancements have always shifted the job market. Think about the transition from agricultural to industrial societies. We adapted then, and we can adapt now.
That's a good point. So maybe instead of thinking about AI as a job killer, it's more about AI like reshaping the way we work.
Exactly. It's about understanding how AI can augment human capabilities. Think of it this way. AI can take over those repetitive, time-consuming tasks that we all dread, freeing us up to focus on the things we're uniquely good at, like creative problem solving, critical thinking, and those all-important human connections.
That makes a lot of sense. Like in marketing, for example, AI can analyze all that consumer data and identify trends, but it's still human marketers who craft those compelling stories and connect with audiences on an emotional level, right?
Right, and that's what the Stanford article dives into, this idea of creativity. They actually raise a fascinating question. Can AI truly be creative?
That is a good question.
Because, we see AI generating music and art, but it often lacks that that spark of human ingenuity.
Yeah, it always feels a little mechanical to me.
And there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Human creativity is fueled by our experiences, emotions, cultural context, and that deep understanding of the world around us. These are things AI, at least for now, can't fully replicate. The Stanford article makes a compelling argument that AI can mimic style, but not true creative intent.
Right. It's like my own creative process. It's messy, it's intuitive, it's driven by my own unique experiences, things AI can't possibly grasp.
Exactly. And that's what makes us humans so valuable in this evolving landscape. AI is a powerful tool, but it's our uniquely human qualities that will allow us to truly thrive in this AI-powered future.
So what does all this mean for, all of us trying to navigate this future of work? Should we be panicking, or are there things we can do to prepare?
I think panic is never the answer. Instead, let's look at this as an opportunity. And one of the key takeaways from our research is the importance of developing those uniquely human skills we've been talking about. Things like emotional intelligence, critical thinking, and adaptability. The McKinsey report emphasizes the need for continuous learning and upskilling to stay ahead of the curve as technology rapidly evolves.
So it's not enough to just get a degree and call it a day. We need to be lifelong learners, constantly adapting and expanding our skill sets.
Absolutely. And luckily, we have more resources available than ever before for online learning and professional development.
That's true. We've got online courses, tutorials, even entire degree programs available at our fingertips. But it's not just about acquiring technical skills, right? It's about honing those human skills that AI can't replicate.
You're absolutely right. The ability to communicate effectively, collaborate with others, think critically, and navigate complex emotional landscapes. These are the skills that will set us apart and allow us to leverage AI to our advantage.
So how can we practically incorporate this into our lives? What are some concrete steps we can take to future-proof our careers and embrace this evolving world of work?
That's a great question. And it leads us perfectly into some real-world examples of how AI is already transforming various industries. Are you ready to explore some specific cases?
Absolutely. Let's dive in. Okay, so we've talked about the big picture, but I'm really curious to see how this AI revolution is actually playing out in different industries. Where should we start?
Well, healthcare is a prime example and a fascinating one. The research we have here highlights how AI is being used to analyze medical images like X-rays and CT scans with incredible precision. In fact, some studies suggest AI can even outperform human radiologists in detecting certain types of abnormalities.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. It's like having a second set of superpowered eyes helping doctors make those critical diagnoses. That could be a real game changer for patients, especially when it comes to early detection.
You hit the nail on the head. Early detection is key, and AI is playing a crucial role there. But it goes beyond just image analysis. AI is also being used to personalize treatment plans by analyzing a patient's genetic data, medical history, and lifestyle factors. This helps doctors tailor therapies for better outcomes.
It's incredible to think how AI is transforming healthcare. It sounds like it's making things more accurate, more efficient, and ultimately more personalized for each patient.
Precisely. And it's important to remember that AI isn't replacing doctors. It's augmenting their expertise, giving them powerful tools to make better decisions and improve patient care.
Okay, so healthcare is definitely seeing a big impact. What about other sectors? What's happening in the world of finance, for example?
Well, you mentioned earlier that McKinsey report predicting job displacement, right? Interestingly, they also highlight the financial sector as one of the areas where AI is creating new opportunities.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm curious to hear more about that. How is AI changing the finance game?
In a lot of ways, actually. One of the biggest applications is in fraud detection. Our sources point out that AI algorithms can analyze massive data sets of transactions in real time, flagging anything suspicious that might slip past human analysts.
That makes sense. I can only imagine how many transactions banks and financial institutions process every single day. It would be impossible for humans to manually check every single one. AI seems like the perfect solution for that kind of task.
Exactly. But it's not just about security. AI is also being used for things like risk assessment, portfolio management, and even providing personalized financial advice to customers.
So instead of having to schedule a meeting with a financial advisor, you could potentially get AI-powered insights and recommendations tailored to your specific situation.
That's the idea. And it can make financial services more accessible to a wider range of people, especially those who might not traditionally have access to personalized financial advice.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. It seems like in both healthcare and finance, AI is really good at handling those data-heavy analytical tasks, freeing up human professionals to focus on the more strategic and interpersonal aspects of their jobs.
Exactly. And this brings us to another sector where that dynamic is really apparent: manufacturing.
Oh yeah, we touched on this earlier, robots on the assembly line, right?
Yeah.
But I know there's more to the story than just that. Tell me, how is AI changing the manufacturing game?
Well, the use of robotics in manufacturing is nothing new, but AI is taking it to a whole new level. We're seeing robots that can learn and adapt to new tasks, making them far more versatile and efficient than traditional industrial robots.
So these aren't just mindless machines doing the same repetitive task over and over again. They can actually problem solve and make decisions.
You got it. These AI-powered robots can analyze real-time data from their environment, adjust their actions accordingly, and even learn from their mistakes.
So it's like having a robotic coworker who's constantly learning and getting better at their job. But wouldn't that be a threat to human workers?
That's a common concern. But what we're actually seeing is a shift towards collaboration rather than replacement. AI-powered robots are often taking over the dangerous repetitive tasks, while human workers are focusing on tasks that require creativity, dexterity, and problem-solving skills.
So it's like a partnership, robots and humans working side by side, each playing to their strengths.
Exactly. Think of it this way. Robots can handle the heavy lifting, the precision work, the repetitive tasks. This frees up human workers to focus on quality control, complex problem solving, and coming up with innovative solutions.
This is fascinating. But with all this talk about robots and AI taking over tasks, it's easy to get caught up in the fear of job displacement.
I understand that. It's natural to feel apprehensive about change, especially when it comes to something as fundamental as work. But if we step back and look at the bigger picture, I think there's a lot to be optimistic about.
Okay, I'm listening. Help me see the optimistic side of this AI revolution. Okay, I'm listening. Help me see the optimistic side of this AI revolution.
Well, instead of viewing AI as a threat, what if we looked at it as an opportunity to kind of redefine what work means to us, Like, imagine a world where AI handles those mundane, repetitive tasks, freeing us up to pursue passions, develop creative skills, and contribute to society in more meaningful ways.
That does sound pretty appealing. Less time stuck in traffic, less time doing mind-numbing paperwork, more time for things that actually light us up.
Exactly. And remember those new job categories the McKinsey report mentioned. We're already seeing roles emerge that didn't even exist a few years ago. AI specialists, data ethicists, human-robot interaction designers. These are just a few examples of the exciting new career paths opening up.
So it's not just about adapting to existing jobs, it's about being open to entirely new possibilities, right?
Absolutely. And that brings us back to that key ingredient we discussed earlier, lifelong learning. It's never been more important to be curious, adaptable, and willing to embrace new skills and knowledge.
But with technology evolving so rapidly, it can feel overwhelming trying to keep up. Where do we even start?
That's a fair point. It can feel like drinking from a fire hose sometimes. But the good news is we have more resources than ever before to help us navigate this new landscape.
Okay, like what? Give me some practical tips.
Well, first think about what truly interests you. What are you passionate about? What problems are you curious to solve? Once you have that direction, explore online learning platforms, attend workshops, connect with people in those fields. There's a wealth of knowledge out there just waiting to be tapped into.
So it's not necessarily about chasing the latest tech trend, it's about finding that intersection between our interests and the evolving demands of the job market.
Precisely. And remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Continuous learning is the key to staying relevant and thriving in this AI-powered world.
That makes a lot of sense. So we need to be lifelong learners, we need to be adaptable and open to new opportunities, and we need to focus on developing those uniquely human skills that AI can't replicate.
You've got it. And if you remember anything from this deep dive, remember this. The future of work isn't something that's happening to us. It's something we're actively shaping. We have the power to leverage AI to create a more fulfilling, more equitable, and more human-centered work experience for everyone.
I love that. It's not about fearing the future, it's about co-creating it with these incredible tools at our disposal.
Exactly. If you think about it, AI taking over routine tasks could actually be the catalyst for a new renaissance of human creativity and innovation. What amazing things might we achieve when our minds are freed from those mundane tasks and we can truly focus on our passions and our purpose?
That's a really inspiring thought. It's like AI could unlock a whole new level of human potential.
And that's what I find so exciting about this whole conversation. It's not just about robots and algorithms. It's about the future of humanity and what we can achieve together.
Well, deep divers, that brings us to the end of our exploration of AI and the future of work. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a lot less apprehensive and a lot more optimistic about what lies ahead.
Me too. I think the key takeaway here is that the future is not predetermined. It's up to us individually and collectively to shape it.
So let's go out there and shape a future of work that works for everyone.
Absolutely.
And on that note, we'll sign off. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.